It's that time of year again, and every single guy on the planet is wondering, what in the world am I going to get my wife or girlfriend for Christmas? This is a big deal for guys. I mean, I can tell you, when we don't get it right, they think we're idiots. You know, I've made those mistakes. It gives the impression that we don't care, Rod, but we actually do. But this year, we're going to talk about something different. What about this idea? Can I buy my girlfriend or wife plastic surgery for Christmas? Rod, what a great topic. You brought this to my attention. I've been thinking about it all day. Where do we start?
Well, Bill, I get this a lot around Christmas. And, it always reminds me of this incredible story about this guy that came for 5 Christmas times in a row, different girlfriend, and every time he got her a breast dog. So every time it was unbelievable. And I'd say, so on the 5th time, they'd been going, usually it's been about 6 months. And sure enough, every time I said, is this the one? And he said, maybe. And so finally, that Christmas was about 5 Christmases ago. It was. And the good thing is, he hasn't been back. The bad thing is he hasn't been back. But she's very happy and they got married. But I think you have to be very careful about that, because you certainly wouldn't want to, buy your wife liposuction. You got to be careful about that. But, I think it's something that people bring up all the time. Many times it's Botox or fillers or something like that. It's not surgery, but it has to be something that they mutually agree on. And I think you don't want to surprise your spouse with something that they don't necessarily want.
Yeah, and I just thought of this when you were talking about that. You don't want to make a mistake, because the mistakes dig a big hole and then it's hard to get out of the hole. And I remember when it was actually my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, but she was a big triathlete and she was into, I know when I tell the story, everybody's going to misinterpret what I'm saying, but the problem was that she was into all this different training and health things. And so there was this scale, okay, that did like looked at body weight and body mass index and percentages of lean body mass, all different things. So I thought it was cool. It was like a triathlete scale. Well, I give it to my wife for Christmas. I've never heard the end of it.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So if you're thinking about giving somebody plastic surgery for Christmas, what do you think would be a safe thing or a good thing to think about for somebody that's struggling here?
I think the safest thing is to do something that they do a lot of, like Botox or fillers. I think something that will just complement what they're already doing. I don't think you should kind of step out and say, hey, you need a facelift. I think that's something that you shouldn't do, but I really think it's something that they should be comfortable having done already. That's a safe thing to do. But for a new girlfriend, that's a little more challenging, I think, don't you? I mean, you could really go off the deep end and not do a good thing. And
yeah, you could dig yourself a really deep hole really quick, because
yeah.
I don't know if that's a great idea unless you've talked about it or that they want to do something. One other thing that's relatively safe and all women really like is skincare products. There's a lot of different ones, but still the problem there is guys, well, they don't really know much about that, but they don't know much about anything else they're buying. They go to Victoria's Secret or they go to Nordstrom's and they just ask the clerk, what should I get?
On the 24th.
Yeah, but so you can go buy a credible, medical spa or office and get some recommendations on some basic skincare products that people
right.
like.
No, I think skincare is good. Botox is good, and the other thing I think is there's so many things like BBLs or these non-invasive treatments for making your skin better. I think that's really a good thing.
BJ, bring up our list. We actually looked online to see what the 10 top things for 2022 are. We want to see if plastic surgery made the list, and it did not.
Did not.
But
a pan.
Don't
get a pan.
That number one thing, a pan. Actually, Patrice told me that sometimes pans are okay, but I'm thinking if I give my wife a pan, I'm going to get hit over the head with it.
Same here. That would be, I would say that would be a negative.
Throw blanket, I think those are always could be good. high-rise pant.
Oh,
I'm not sure about that.
Lululemon, yes, but I don't know about the high rise.
Yeah, anything diamond,
Of course,
probably
yeah,
fine.
feel like it.
Pajamas, tapas board. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Window planner.
Wait,
Window planner.
wait.
That would be.
Is
You
this-
would be sanctioned.
This isn't
That
a
is not.
this isn't a Texas list.
That's
I
not
mean,
full throttle.
parachute cloth robe, AirPods. Yeah, I think those would be good.
It's a high tech.
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty.
think doing those things is actually very safe.
Yeah,
I mean, I think
yeah.
doing that. I think plastic surgery is a little bit along a different line because it's more expensive. I mean,
Yeah.
especially doing fillers and Botox. But I think this is for like your early girlfriend stage. I think for the later girlfriend stage or your wife,
This is like yeah.
right, then you can do the other
Junior,
thing.
senior high school.
Right, exactly. Well, I don't know
Except
about
for
the
the
diamond,
diamond.
but you're right.
Cubic
But
zirconium necklace.
If I got my wife a flannel pajama set, I think I'd be
Yeah.
wearing it. But I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's not. I don't think she would
Yeah.
like that. But that's a good thing. But I agree. It just depends. If you're starting, that's safe, but not a pan. All right,
Yeah.
you agree? Don't get the pan.
We thought it was interesting that plastic surgery didn't make the list because I actually thought it would be something on the list, and I'm sure there are some lists that are out there. I'm sure Botox is probably the number one thing that's on there.
Sure.
So what's the take home message?
I think the take-home message is, I think you really need to know your girlfriend before you take the leap, especially if it's a plastic surgery type thing. Don't you think? I mean,
Yeah.
I think Bill, you're right. Skincare is safe. Having him get a massage or a facial, all that's safe, and maybe some non-invasive things like a BBL is safe. But you really have to know before you go. Your spouse, you definitely should know, and I don't think you should. You need to get them something, because I know every time you say I don't want anything, that's always a bad sign, because if you don't get anything, you're going to be in big trouble, I think, right?
Yeah, and the truth is, we were talking about this just generally, but we said girlfriend. Male plastic surgery has become very popular.
Right.
So if you're a woman, you can't figure out what to get your boyfriend, your husband. Maybe they want Botox. So that's another.
Oh, absolutely, Botox. It's very common, and we see it all the time because males always come in later in the day because they don't want to be seen getting
Right.
Botox, which of course it's very common. Yeah, Botox fillers.
Yeah.
Of course, we're talking about females, but absolutely for males, it's very common. In fact, that's very, very actually important. It's an important thing to
Yeah.
know, because I think Botox and fillers are great, and all those other things, including facials and good skincare, because if you do all those things, that'll be 2 thumbs up for you going into the new year.
So 2022, no stress. You've got it covered from just this information. But put in the comments, we want to see what's the craziest thing you ever bought your wife or girlfriend for Christmas. We'd love to see it. We'll do more on it. Have a great Christmas and holiday, and we'll see you next time.
You bet.